Tactics for singles. Well, you don't know what tactic you're going to use unless you know how your opponent plays. So we're going to talk about 3 tactics against 3 different types of opponents. First, you often might come up against a pusher. We call a pusher a player that just gets everything back. It has really good footwork, runs everything down, and just gets every ball that you hit to them back. So, how do you beat a pusher? First, you want to attack a pusher as best you can. You want to try to penetrate their consistent defenses by hitting really good, deep shots. Another way to beat a pusher is to draw them forward. Why? Because a pusher loves to run side to side and camp out at the baseline. They don't generally like to come forward. Pushers like to stay back and just get the ball back. So if you can hit some drop shots or what we call dink shots, low, soft shots, and make them run in, then you can either pass them or lob over their heads. Also, because a pusher generally doesn't have a very good volley and a very good overhead because they don't spend their lives playing at the net. They spend their lives at the back being defensive. So that's probably the best tactic to use against a pusher. How do you play a hard hitter? How do you play the opposite of a pusher? Someone who belts the heck out of the ball and hits winners all over the place. Well, you've got to become defensive. You almost have to be a pusher. You almost have to get that ball back and make them hit more than 1 or 2 or 3 shots. If they are forced to hit 3 or 4 shots, generally a hard hitter is going to make a mistake. So be consistent against a hard hitter. What other strategies do you use?
One common style of play these days is there's so many players now with these semi-Western grips who have great forehands and not necessarily great backhands. How do you play against that player? One thing that these players are very good at is hiding their backhand, so they're adept at moving to the left, moving to the left. If you fall into the trap of trying to force the ball to their backhand, they don't have to do anything to hit the backhand better. So the trick against the player who covers up his backhand is get the bear out of the cave. Hit the ball to his right. Make him move to his right. Make him chase the ball down and hit a forehand. If he doesn't hit a winner, and he won't very often, you can now make him move to his backhand. He might have Popeye's forehand and Olive Oil's backhand.
So remember, your tactics and the strategies you employ depend upon who you're playing.